Ignite the engine, that's full of heating up kinetic energy running wild in my bloodstream. In this city I still ain't no gravity and breakthrough, running this never-ending race all by myself.
This is still those chasing me. If you're not ready, step aside. Mentally and physically holding for the streets. My flow is a weapon, my soul is gunfire. Yeah, roar that shatters the ears of skeptics. I leave behind anyone who doubts my vision. Mission accomplished, the slice of the beat with razor sharp precision. A kingdom built in the back alleys, expanding my empire, all the rhythm.
I smash the system and move forward, burning with a fire like a giant's heart.
I walk quietly, but the moment I strike, it's volcanic level street mastery.
Yeah, step into the ring and you'll be ensnared. My words are blades of steel, as I fly faster than bullets, surpassing the speed of sound to strike you right between the eyes. Weaving rhymes like a cloth woven by the gods, manipulating even the laws of the universe. Thousand planets align to my rhythm, crossing the boundary between chaos and order. I know nothing of human limits, I floor the gas pedal until the gauge breaks.
I release the pressure built up deep within my chest, a presence that is dangerous. I walk on water, dance amid some dirt. Free ghost that shakes the hearts of the weak.
Yeah, velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the sound barrier, leaving the storm wreckage behind, racing at the speed of a light, shaking thunder, trapped in a bottle, shattered fragments of glory, bursting and scattering, carving a story onto the walls of the street temple and golden ladder. Cast of gravity transcends time and scale the mountain of destiny to the very top at the summit where legends are born.
Shadows unscorched for the light and fade away, a spectacle so blinding it robs witnesses of their sight. Now unfolds before our eyes.
Velocity rising,
Pressure climbing,
shattering the sound barrier,
leaving the storms wreckage behind,
racing at the speed of light,
tunneling, lightning and shaking it,
shattered fragments of glory in golden letters.
on the walls of the streets and floors.
Cast beside gravity, transcend time, and scale the mountain of destiny.
At the summit where legends are born,
Shadows are scorched by the light and fade away. A spectacle so dazzling it blinds the witnesses, unfolding right before my eyes. Yeah, accelerate, elevate, levitate, innovate without hesitation, making the air and left back alley tremble. Every note is raw, pacing the audience's heart, keeping a steady pace like a runner chasing the sun. Dominating moments, so how they make the horizon melt. Seated on the throne, my spirit remains intense, even in the thin air with a vision as clear as crystal.
reflecting everything I built on the path to perfection.
The second assault, performing menace into method, dismantling enemies with nothing but resolve and focus. Clearing the path to the jungle where ordinary people get lost. Barehanded,
Undertake go from the mud, down from the soul, and my craft is perfected. I laugh off, soulless imitators. This machine can't be operated by someone with no emotion. Not free every day, every week, every year. I mass produce masterpieces. The name of the king, standing atop the mountain.
descending into the depths of my mind. Ideas race like electric current, stars fly through the wire, connecting to the earth's core. Centering a revolution of thought and expression, and shaking the world with the cadence of poetry that even manipulate time. All the resonates to the very bones of the listener. I trigger invention, the wisdom upside down, and even rewrite the laws of physics. I deliver sounds that make the hearts of those living in the fast lane.
Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the sound barrier, leaving us on wreckage behind. Racing at the speed of light,
Shaking in lightning,
trapped in a bottle, shattered fragments of glory, slaughtering
a street temple,
inscribed in golden letters.
generated with deep outcome.
Vibration.
Ignite the engine, concrete semen. I New York now with sparks fly through my veins. Gravity me standing on the streets, I run this. Never any ride race all by myself. You chasing me, I'll say this. If you're not ready, get the hell out of my block. Mentally and physically home, built for the streets, my flow is gunfire. My beat is necessary in the alleyways. I definitely grow that shit as they gaze up those who doubted me. Those who left in my vision, thinking through the shadows of the subway. Mission accomplished, I slack through the track with razor sharp precision. Making the build on asphalt, expanding my empire with rhythm. I kick the system to the curb and burn with the fire like a giant's heart. I walk quietly, but the moment I strike, it's an explosion that makes the ground rumble across NYC. Step into the ring and you'll be ensnared. My words are blades of steel, cold as Brooks. Nine lines that fly faster than bullets, surpassing the speed of sound to strike you right between the eyes. Weaving rhymes like a cloth formed by the gods. Even the laws of the universe fall in line to my rhythm, crossing the boundary between chaos and order. I know nothing of human limits. I push it until the meter shatters. Release the pressure, building deep in my chest, a force of pure danger. Walking on water, dancing in the thunder. Devils open wide that shakes the hearts of the weak. Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the likenesses of their side unfolds right before our eyes. Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shadowing the sound barrier, leaving the wreckage of a hurricane behind, racing at the speed of light, bottling lightning and shaking it, shattered fragments of glory, scattering, carving a story in golden letters on the walls of the street temple. Cast aside gravity, transcend time to scale the mountain of destiny.
At the summit where the legends out of port, shadows are scorched by the light and fade away.
A spectacle so dazzling, it blinds the witnesses is unfolding right before my eyes.
Elevate, elevate, levitate, innovate without hesitation, making the air in NYC trouble. Every note is while pissing the audience hard, keeping a steady pace like a runner chasing the sun. Emanating moments so hot they make the horizon melt. Seated on the throne, my spirit when the man's in tan, even in the thin air with the vision that's clear as crystal, reflecting everything I built on the path to perfection. Second the setfall, turning madness into method, dismantling enemy with nothing but resolve and focus, clearing a path to the jungle where ordinary people get lost, barehanded, unearthing dough from the mud. Diamonds from the soul, my craft is perfected. I laugh off soulless imitators. This machine can't be overrated by someone with no emotion, no grit. Every day, every week, every year, I mass produce masterpieces. The name of the king, standing atop the mountain is mine. Descending into the depths of my mind. Ideas race like electric current, sparks fly through the wire, connecting to the earth's core, scattering the revolution of thought and expression, shaking the world with the cadence of poetry that anger manipulates time. All that resonates to the very bones of the listener. I turn convention no wisdom upside down and never need bites the laws of physics. I deliver a sound that makes the hearts of those living in the fast lane tremble. Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the mound barrier, leaving the baggage of a hurricane behind, racing at the speed of light, shaking the lightning trapped in a bottle, shattered fragments of glory, scoring in golden letters on the walls of the street temple.
Translated with deep Elkan.
Got the engine, cold smoke rising, the loneliness seeping through the city's cracks, sinks into my lungs. Gravity doesn't matter in the city. Those whose hearts have fallen are the first to vanish from shadow to shadow. A night runner keeps running and sees.
It's not an enemy chasing me, it's my own weakness. My mind is still my body, a habit. Home for survival, my flow is my breath, the beat in my heartbeat. The doubters are gone, it was my own hesitation that vanished. Mission accomplished, I cut through the noise with razor sharp focus, stuck in my vast mode. Wasn't built on fame, but I'm days I've accumulated.
I'll move forward, trusting my own compass, not some riding system. I walk quietly, but inside a storm rages on.
Once I step into the ring, there's no escape. My opponent isn't someone else, it's the self in the mirror. Reality cold as a steel blade pierces my chest. Days fly by faster than bullets. I cling on desperately, so I won't be left behind. Rhymes aren't so serene that the chains that hold my heart in place. I don't give a damn about the laws of the universe. This city's gravity is everything. I cross the boundary between chaos and order, crushing my limits. Even at the speed I'm in, it shatters. I won't stop. If I stop, it's over. I spit out the loneliness I bottled up deep inside and move forward.
I don't need to walk on water, I just need to stay afloat. The ghosts of NYC are my enemies. The stillness of the night is my alley.
Velocity rising, pressure climbing,
Shattering the sound barrier,
leaving yesterday's stuff behind, racing at the speed of light.
shaking the thunder trap deep within my heart.
Person scatters isn't glory, it's shards of doubt. Carved in golden letters on the walls of the street temple, proof of life. Cast off gravity, transcend time and climb to the summit of destiny.
A shadow that vanishes at the peak is the me of the past. I don't need any witnesses, this is a sign just
Velocity rising, pressure climbing,
shattering the sound barrier,
leaving yesterday's stuff behind, racing at the speed of light.
calling the thunder deep within my heart.
Person scatters isn't glory, but shards of doubt.
Carving golden letters on the walls of the street temple is proof that I did.
Cast off gravity, transcend time,
And scale the mountain of destiny to the very top. The shadow that vanishes at the summit is the me of the past. I don't need any witnesses.
this is a side just for me. Accelerate, elevate, levitate, and white base piece against against my chest and loneliness turns into rhythm. Each note pierces deep into my heart and pains is transformed into strength. I don't need to chase the sun, I'm chasing my own shadow. Passing moments so hard they make the horizon melt. I'm not interested in a throne, I'll sit to hold my spirit. When the vision as clear as crystal, the stays are built up, illuminate the path to the future. The second assault that comes not from the outside, but from within, that's a madness. Into a minute and cast aside weakness. The jungle we're ordinary people get lost, it's just my everyday life. What I think of on the mud isn't gold, it's resolved. When I unfold the sword, isn't a diamond, it's true. The lab of soul is imitated, I walk my own path. Day after day, week after week, year after year, only one I built up is my weapon. The lane of the kicks, that made the top of mountain is in mine.
Descending into depths of my mind, ideas right through me like an electric current. The wire connecting to the earth's core is a scar deep within my heart.
Scanning a revolution of thought and expression, shaking myself with the cadence of poetry that even manipulates time. All of it resonates down to the listeners, every boat will lead to overturning common sense. I'm just a thing in myself, the sound that makes the hearts of those living in fast lane tremble. It's not coming from the outside, it's raining from within.
Give
me some dough sucking at the speed of light.
Taking the fun to try, keep within my heart.
My thirst is scours, hitting glory, shots of power. Velocity, rising, pressure, climbing.
Ain't got the engine, cold smoke rising, the loneliness seeping through the city's cracks, sinks into my lungs. Gravity doesn't matter in the city. Those whose hearts are falling are the first to vanish from shadow to shadow. A night runner keeps running and seeing.
It's not an enemy chasing me, it's my own weakness. My mind is still my body, a habit. Home for survival, my flow is my birth, the beat in my heartbeat. The doubters are gone, it was my own hesitation that vanished. Mission accomplished, I cut through the noise with razor sharp focus. Sticking in my vast mode, wasn't built of fame, but I'm days I've accumulated.
I'll move forward, trusting my own compass. Not some rotten system, I walk quietly, but inside a storm rages on.
Once I step into the ring, there's no escape. My opponent isn't someone else, it's the self in the mirror. Reality cold as a steel blade pierces my chest. Days fly by faster than bullets, I cling on desperately so I won't be left behind. Rhymes are so serene that the chains that hold my heart in place. I don't give a damn about the laws of the universe. This city's gravity is everything. I cross the boundary between chaos and order, crushing my limit. Even if the speed I'm in shatters, I won't stop. If I stop, it's over. I spit out the loneliness I bottled up deep inside and move forward.
I don't need to walk on water, I just need to stay afloat. The ghosts of NYC are my enemies, the stillness of the night is my alley.
Velocity rising, pressure climbing,
Shattering the sound barrier,
leaving yesterday's up behind, racing at the speed of light.
shaking the thunder trap deep within my heart.
Person scatters isn't glory, it's shards of doubt. Causing golden letters on the walls of the street temple. Proof of life. Cast off gravity, transcend time and climb to the summit of destiny.
A shadow that vanishes at the peak is the me of the past. I don't need any witnesses, this is a sign just
Velocity rising, pressure climbing,
shattering the sound barrier,
leaving yesterday's so behind, racing at the speed of light.
calling the thunder deep within my heart.
Person scatters isn't glory, but shards of doubt.
Calling golden letters on the walls of the sweet temple is proof that I did.
Cast off gravity, transcend time.
And scale the mountain of destiny to the very top. The shadow that vanishes at the summit is the me of the past. I don't need any witnesses.
This is a side just for me. Accelerate, elevate, levitate. And white bass beats against my chest and loneliness turns into rhythm. Each note pierces deep into my heart and pains is transformed into strength. I don't need to chase the sun, I'm chasing my own shadow. Passing moments so hard they make the horizon melt. I'm not interested in a throne, I'll sit to hold my spirit. With a vision as clear as crystal, the stays are built up, illuminate the path to the future. The second assault that comes not from the outside, but from within, that's a madness. Into a minute and cast aside weakness. The jungle we're ordinary people get lost, it's just my everyday life. What I think of on the mud isn't gold, it's resolved. When I unfold the sword isn't a diamond, it's true. The lab of soul is imitated, I walk my own path. Day after day, week after week, year after year, only one I built up is my weapon. The lane of the kicks that made the top of mountain is in mine.
Descending into depths of my mind, ideas right through me like an electric current. The wire connecting to the earth's core is a scar deep within my heart.
Scanning a revolution of thought and expression, shaking myself with the cadence of poetry that even manipulates time. How it resonates down through the listeners, every bold will lead to overtime common sense. I'm just obeying myself, the sound that maketh the heart. So don't slip in with that slang tremble. It's not coming from the outside, it's raining from within.
Hammering the sound barrier.
Give me some dough sucking.
At the speed of light,
Taking the fun to try, keep within my heart.
my thirst is scourge, hitting glory, shots of power, velocity, rising, pressure climbing.
Ignite the engine, cold smoke rising. The sound is seeping through the gas between skyscrapers, sinks into my lungs. I thought I grasped both my knee and sky. Issue deep inside my chest remains a voice. From shadow to shadow, I walk alone down a deserted road. The ones chasing me are gone, all that's left is loneliness. My mind is still my body, armored to bear the weight of success. My flow is my breath, the beat is my heartbeat.
The doubters are gone, but the silence has grown in their place. Mission accomplished.
I cut the noise with razor sharp focus.
I built a kingdom of asphalt with victory, but the throne is cold.
I don't care about the system. The real issue is time to face myself. I walk in silence, but inside a storm rages on.
Once I step into the ring, there's no escape. My opponent isn't another person, it's the anxiety lurking in the shadow of success. Reality cold, as a steel blade pierces my chest.
They slide by, that's the damn bullets. I keep running so I won't be left behind. Rhymes aren't magic, they're the last rope, holding my heart together.
The loss of the universe, no matter. The pressure of the city is everything I cross. The boundary between chaos and order, crushing my limits. Even if the speed I made it cracks, I won't stop.
The moment I stop, loneliness strikes. I spit out the emptiness I bottled up deep inside and move forward. No need to walk on water, sometimes I don't sing. Ghosts of NY are my enemies, silence is my ally.
Velocity rising,
Pressure climbing,
shadowing the sound barrier.
taking my past up behind.
Racing at the speed of light, I bottle up the thunder deep in my chest to shake it.
The scatters isn't glory, shots of loneliness. I carve proof of life in golden letters on the walls of the street temple.
I cast off gravity, transcend time and climb to the very summit of destiny. The shadow that vanishes at the peak is the man I once was.
I don't need any witnesses.
Success is always something you savor alone.
Velocity rising,
Pressure climbing,
shadowing the sound barrier.
leaving my past up behind.
Racing at the speed of light, I bottle up the thunder deep within my chest to shake it.
The scatters isn't glory, shots of loneliness. I carve proof of life in golden letters on the walls of the street temple.
Shedding gravity,
Transcending time, I climb to the very top of the mountain of destiny.
shadow fading at the summit, the man I once was.
I don't need any witnesses.
Success is always something you savor alone.
Accelerate, elevate, levitate, and Mars beats against my chest, and loneliness turns to grief. Each note pieces deep into my heart, transforming pain into strength. No need to chase them, chasing my own shadow. Sees a moment so high, it make the horizon melt.
Even when I sit on a throne, there's no one beside me with a vision as clear as crystal. The day it got built up, illuminate the loneliness of the future.
the second I saw.
It comes from within, I'm from without. Turn madness into a method and cast aside weakness.
Jungle and ordinary people get lost. It's just my everyday life.
What I pick up from the mud isn't gold, it's been dog. What I unearth from the sun is in the diamond, it's the truth. I laugh off soulless imitators.
I walk my own path.
Day after day, week after week, year after year, only what I built up is my weapon. The name of the king standing atop the mountain is a mine.
It's loneliness.
Descending into the depths of my mind, ideas race through me like an electric current. The wire connecting to the first core is the scar you put in my heart.
Triggering a revolution of thought and expression.
Checking myself with the data and some poetry that even manipulate time. Power that resonates down to the listeners. Their bones know me to overturn common sense. I'm just updating myself. The sound that makes the hearts of those living in the fast lane tremble.
It's not coming from the outside.
It's the beat of loneliness.
Living from within.
Ignite the engine, cold smoke rising. The smell of scorched metal stings my chest, and the sky remains gray. The city's been taken over by AI, and human voices can't be heard anymore. From shadow to shadow I move forward, dodging the lights of surveillance draw.
Even if I reach out, all I can touch on the wreckage of a shattered future. My mind is still my body, instincts honed on the battlefield. But I won't let anyone take away my reason to survive. Although it's gunfire, my beat is the battlefield's heartbeat. My comrades are gone, all that's left is my shadow. I built this kingdom of rubble through battle, but there's no one left to sit on the throne. I
From my step into the ring, there's no escape. My opponent isn't a soldier, it's the cold ruthless full of AI. Jitters as cold as steel blades, take blasts faster than bullets. The enemy's algorithm, the moment I'm maneuver my existence is a race that's data. Rhymes are sorcery, they're the code that enters my humanity.
For the laws of the universe, this world runs on AI logic, crossing the boundary between chaos and order, crushing limits, shattering the wall of machine. Even if the gate shatters, I won't stop. The moment I stop, I become just a number. I've been through rage, pent up deep in my chest and burst forward. Don't need to walk on water, I just need to avoid being erased. The ghosts of this battlefield aren't my enemies, the shadows of rebels are my allies. Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the sound barrier, eating AI's dominion behind. Racing at the speed of light, I turn on the thunder deep within my chest into a weapon to shake things up. What bursts and scatter isn't fear, it's the sparks of rebellion. I carve the mark of humanity into the steel wall. I cast us like gravity, transcend time, and climb to the very top of the tower of war. Shadow that vanishes as the summit is the obedient version of my past self. I don't need anyone, this is the future, it's something to be reclaimed. Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the sound barrier, leaving things all behind. Racing at the speed of light, turning the thunder deep within my chest into a weapon to shake things up. What bursts and scattered isn't fear, full sparks of rebellion, carving proof of humanity into the steel wall. Cast us like gravity, transcend time, and scale the tower of war to the very top.
For sure, fading at the summit, it's the subversive version of my past self. I don't need any witnesses, the future is something to be reclaimed.
Accelerate, elevate, limitate. The brace of a battlefield pounds my chest, and the rhythm of rebellion beats in my balls. Each note peers deep into my heart, transforming fear into strength. I don't need to see the sun, I'm chasing freedom. I seize moments so hot they make the horizon melt. I don't need a throne, what I want is a future as a human being with a vision that's courage crystal. The bells of art illuminate through the tomorrow. The second assault, take a round from the outside. I como ten, I manage into a method and new fear. It's real, the day of blue jungle, there's a battlefield to me. When I pick up from the mud, it's gold, it's the key to freedom. What I get it from the sun isn't a dominant talk, soulless machines, all that, but I'm human. Day after day, we got to breathe. Get right, begin, only get up, build up is my weapon. The name of the king, standing atop the top of his him on this rebellion. Descending into the depths of my mind, I just race like electric currents. Why you connected to Earth's core is the fear within me. Shattering the revolution and thought and expression, shaking the battlefield with the cadence of poetry that even manipulate time. Top with the brilliance, up with the listeners, baby bones. No need to overturn common sense, I'm just updating myself. A sound that makes the hearts of those living in the fast lane. Trouble is not coming from the outside, it's a beat of freedom, bringing fun within. Velocity rising.
Ignite the engine, coals go rising. The smell of scorched metal stings my chest, and the sky remains gray. The city's been taken over by AI, and human voices can't be heard anymore. From shadow to shadow I move forward, dodging the lights of surveillance drawn.
Even if I reach out, all I can touch on the wreckage of a shattered future. My mind is still my body, instincts hold on the battlefield, but I won't let anyone take away my reason to survive. Although it's gunfire, my beat is the battlefield's heartbeat. My comrades are gone, all that's left is my shadow. I built this kingdom of rubble through battle, but there's no one left to sit on the throne. I walk in silence, but deep inside my chest the war rages on.
I step into the ring, there's no escape. My opponent isn't a soldier, it's the cold ruthless full of AI. Jitters as cold as steel blades, take blasts faster than bullets. The enemy's algorithm, the moment I'm maneuver my existence is a race that's data. Rhymes are sorcery, they're the code that enters my humanity.
For the laws of the universe, this world runs on AI logic, crossing the boundary between chaos and order, crushing limits, shattering the wall of machine. Even if the gate shatters, I won't stop. The moment I stop, I become just a number. I've been through rage, pent up deep in my chest and burst forward. Don't need to walk on water, I just need to avoid being erased. The ghosts of this battlefield aren't my enemies, the shadows of rebels are my allies. Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the sound barrier, eating AI's dominion behind. Racing at the speed of light, I turn on the thunder deep within my chest into a weapon to shake things up. What bursts and scatter isn't fear, it's the sparks of rebellion. I carve the mark of humanity into the steel wall. I cast us like gravity, transcend time, and climb to the very top of the tower of war. Shadow that vanishes as the summit is the obedient version of my past self. I don't need anyone, this is the future, it's hoping to shake things up. 1% scared isn't fear. Full sparks of rebellion, carving proof of humanity into the steel wall. Cast us like gravity, trending time, and scale the tower of war to the very top. For sure. Fading at the summit is the submissive version of my past self. I don't need any witnesses, the future is something to be reclaimed. Accelerate, elevate, limitate. The brace of a battlefield pounds my chest, and the rhythm of rebellion beats in my balls. Each note peers deep into my heart, transforming fear into strength. I don't need to see the sun, I'm chasing freedom. I seize moments so hot they make the horizon melt. I don't need a throne, what I want is a future as a human being with a vision that's courage crystal. The bells of our illuminating through the tomorrow. The second assault, take a round from the outside. I come within, I shall manage into a method and new fear. It's real, the king of blue jungle, there's a better feeling to me when I pick up from the mud and gold. It's the key to freedom, but I get it from the sun. Isn't it dominant tongues full of machines, all that, but I'm human. Day after day, we got to breathe. Get right, begin, only get up, built up is my weapon. The name of the king, standing atop the top of his hero in this rebellion. Descending into the depths of my mind, I just race like electric currents. Why you connected to Earth's core is the fear within me. Shattering the revolution and thought and refreshing. Shaking the battlefield with the cadence of poetry that even manipulates time. Top with the brilliance, up to the listeners, very bones. No need to overtake common sense. I'm just updating myself, a sound that makes the hearts of those living in the fast lane. Trouble is not coming from the outside, it's the beat of freedom, bringing fun within. Velocity rising. Let's play the details. Translating Libby Brown, come on.
Ignite the engine, cold smoke rising, lurking in the shadows of the skyscrapers is the breath of ancient gods. The city's pulse beats like a drum,
And the air is thick with the prelude of battle. From shadow to shadow, the footsteps of the thunder god shake the back alleys. Reach out and you'll touch the remnants of myth and the threads of fame.
My mind is still, my body forged by the trials of the gods. But I won't let anyone take my human soul. My flow is thunder.
The beat is the earth pulse, the doubters are gone, but the shadows of the gods are watching me. The kingdom of asphalt has turned into a battlefield. Who will sit on the throne, a human, a god, or a monster?
I walk quietly but deep within my chest.
the myth awakens.
Once I step into the ring, there's no escape. My opponent isn't human, it's the incarnation of the god. Stay cool as a steel blade, ripped through my chest. Faster than a bullet, flies the wrath of Olympus. The moment I misread the move, my soul is dragged into the underworld. Rhymes are sorcery, they're prayers that carve my existence. More than the laws of the universe, the city moves by the whims of the gods. I cross the boundary between chaos and order. I crush limits and shatter the temple walls. Even if the meter shatters, I won't stop. The moment I stop or revert to just an ordinary man, I spit out the fear, enter deep within my chest and move forward. I don't need to walk on water, I just have to refuse to bow to the gods.
The ghosts of NYC are my enemies. The heroes of antiquity are on my side.
Velocity rising,
Pressure climbing,
shattering the sound barrier.
leaving the gods to minion behind.
Racing at the speed of light, turning the thunder deep within my chest into a weapon to shake things up.
What bursts and scatters isn't fear, but the sparks of awakening.
I'll carve my name
In golden letters on the walls of the skyscraper.
I'll cast aside gravity, transcend time, and climb to the very summit of destiny. A shadow that fades at the peak is the weak version of my past self.
I don't need any witnesses.
I'll rewrite the myth my style.
Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the sound barrier. Leaving the gods rule behind, racing at the speed of light. I turn the thunder deep within my chest into a weapon to shake the world. What bursts and scatters isn't fear, it's a spark of awakening. I carve my name in golden letters onto the walls of skyscrapers. Skyscrapers down gravity,
Transcend time.
to the mountain of destiny, to the very top. The shadow that vanishes at the summit is the weak version of my past self.
I don't need any witnesses. I wanna rewrite them.
Accelerate, elevate. In my space beats against my chest.
The God's heartbeat.
Turning into rhythm, each note pierces deep into my heart, transforming fear into strength. No need to chase the sun, I'm chasing destiny, seizing moments so hot they make a horizon melt.
I don't need a throne.
All I want is my own life with a vision as clear as crystal. The days I built up illuminate the temple of the future. The second is all that comes up from the outside, but from within I turn this into a method of feeling to build the jungle. Where I die to try for me when I break up from the what is it group of the proof of a hero. But I learn from the soonest in the time and by the shot of destiny. Soulless monsters don't laugh.
But I am human after day. We got the weed, get up in here, rolling what I built up is my weapon.
The name of the king spread at the top, the power is in mine.
It's me.
Sending into the depths of my mind, ideas race like electrical missiles. A wire connecting to the earth's core, spear, thinly scattered, finger illusion, a thought and expression, shaking the gods of the kid is a poetry that even manipulates time. Power that resonates out to the listener, family bones, don't need to overturn common sense. I'm just obeying my felt, my sound amazed the hearts of those living in the fast lane. Tremble, it's not coming from the outside.
The beat of awakening, waiting from within.
Translated with deeper God come.
Flame vision.
Ignite the engine, cold smoke rising. The breath of ancient warriors rush through the alleys of Brooklyn. Runes carved into the red brick walls glow vainly. From shadow to shadow, the thunder gods' footsteps shake the asphalt.
Reach out and you can touch the future. Spun by the noise of friends of fame. My mind is still my body and lineage. Forge on the battlefield, but I won't let even the gods take my human soul.
My flow is thunder, the beat is the pulse of the world tree.
Indra said the tatters are gone, but Odin single eye watches me. The kingdom of Brooklyn has turned into a battlefield. Who will sit on the throne, a human, a god, or a giant? I walk quietly but deep within my chest.
Norse mythology awaken. Once you step into the ring, there's no escape. My opponent isn't a gangster, it's the incarnation of the god. My fate is cold as a steel blade rips through my chest. Faster than a bullet flies the wrath of Thor, the god of thunder. The moment I misread the situation, my soul is dragging to hell. Hey, rhymes on sorcerers, there's Gaelic war songs that call my very existence. For them, the laws of the universe, the city moves by the whims of the gods. I cross the battle between chaos and order. I cross limits and shatter the walls of the temple. Even if the gate strikes, I won't stop. The moment I stop, I revert to just another every mortal. I feel the fear and I'm deep in my chest and move forward.
I don't need to walk on water, I just have to refuse to bow to the gods. The ghosts of Brooklyn are my enemies. The ancient warriors are on my side. Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the sound barrier, leaving the gods who behind. Racing at the speed of light, turn the thunder deep within my chest into a weapon to shake things up.
What bursts and scatters in the fear, but the sparks of awakening. I'll call my name in golden letters on the walls of Brooklyn.
I'll cast aside gravity, transcend time, and scale the mountain of destiny to the base top. Mush at the benches at the summit is a weak version of my past self. I don't need any witnesses. I'm the one who rewrites up myth. Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shattering the sound barrier, leaving the gods who behind. Racing at the speed of light, turning the thunder deep within my fist into a weapon to shake the world.
What bursts and scatters in the fear, but the sparks of awakening. I'll call my name in golden letters on the walls of Brooklyn.
I'll cast off gravity, transcend time, and scale the mountain of destiny to the very top. Shoulder benches at the summit is a weak version of my past self. I don't need any witnesses. I'm someone who rewrites God myth.
Accelerate, elevate, levitate.
Brooklyn's bass pounds my chest,
And the Nordic pulse becomes rhythm.
each note pierces deep into my heart, transforming fear into strength. No need to chase the sun, I'm chasing destiny, seizing moments so hot that make the horizon melt. I don't need a goal, all I want is my own myth, with the view as clear as crystal.
The days I built up illuminate the temple of the future. The second assault, they come from within. Now from without, I turn and it's influenced in pure review. Brooklyn ruled by gods is a trial for me. When I pick up till the money's a gold, but the hero's back. When I unearth from the suit isn't a diamond, but a shard of destiny. Soul is giant, soul out.
I am human day after day, week after week.
Year after year, only what I built up is my weapon. The name of the key standing atop the tower isn't mine, it's his. The syndicated dance of the line, ideas race like electric currents. The wire connecting to the earth's core is the fewest in me. Scattering an evolution of thought and expression, shaking the gods of the kittens of poetry that even manipulates time. Power that resonates down to the listener very bone.
No need to turn common sense upside down.
Hands down, so down.
Ignite the engine, cold smoke rising. The Brooklyn sky turns red and ancient winds tear through the city. Giants slumbering in the shadows of skyscrapers awaken from shadow to shadow. Fenris roar shakes the asphalt, reach out.
I know you'll touch her, the records left behind. When the threats of fate, the norms were severed.
My mind is still, my body forged in a warrior's blood, but I won't let even the gods check my human soul.
My flow is thunder, my beats are scream of the world tree, Idris Hill. Those who doubted me are pummeled in shadow, watches me. The kingdom of Brooklyn is turned to a battlefield of the apocalypse. Who will sit on the throne? I got a giant on me. I walk quietly, but deep within my chest, Ragnarok has begun.
Once I step into the ring, there's no escape.
My opponent isn't a gangster, it's a warrior of the apocalypse.
A fate as cold as a steel blade rips through my chest. Faster than a bullet flies, the thunder that harvests those wrath.
A fate as cold as a steel blade rips through my chest. Faster than a bullet flies, the thunder that harvests doors wrath.
Moment I'm just ready to move, my soul falls to hell. Hang rhymes on sorcery that's clouded. One songs that carve my existence more than the laws of a universe.
The city is driven by the wrath of the gods across the boundary between chaos and order. I cross no limits and shatter the walls of the apocalypse. Even in defeat, I'm ready to packs, I won't stop.
The moment I stop, I'll just be just another victim again. I spit out the fear of all deep in my chest and move forward. I don't even need to walk on water. I just have to make sure I don't get eaten by a giant niggas of Brooklyn. Of my enemies, the heroes of antiquity, you're on my side.
Velocity rising, pressure climbing, shadow in the sound barrier. Leaving the wrath of the gods behind, racing at the speed of light. Turning the thunder deep within my chest into a weapon to shake the world. Person scatters isn't fair, but the sparks of awakening. I'll draw my name in golden letters on the walls of the skyscraper. I'll cast aside gravity, transcend time.
Scale the mountain of the apocalypse
To the very top, the shadow that fades at the summit
is the weak version of my past self.
I don't need any witnesses. I'll rewrite Ragnarok myself.
The tree rising,
pressure climbing, shattering the sound barrier. Leaving the wrath of the gods behind, racing at the speed of light. Turning the thunder deep within my chest into a weapon to shake the world. Person scatters isn't fear, it's the spark of awakening. I carve my name in golden letters on the walls of the skyscraper. Cast aside gravity, transcend time. Scale the mountain of the apocalypse to the very top. The shadow that fades at the summit
Is the weak version of my past self.
I don't need any witnesses. I'll rewrite Ragnarok myself.
Race, elevate, levitate, propels, best bounce my chest. And memory full because my rhythm reach no verses deep into my heart. From me feeling astray. No need to change the sign. I'm choosing destiny. I see the moment so hot it melts the horizon. I don't need a throne. All I want is my own myth.
With a vision as clear as crystal. Because I build uphill, ruling the gates of the apocalypse. The second is hard, it comes from within, not from without. I turn madness into the method of fear and the fuel. Brooklyn rule. By the gods is a trial for me. What I pick up from the mud and wool. By the heroes prove what I end up from the surface. And the diamond just a shard of destiny.
Soulless giants don't laugh, but I'm human.
Day after way, we got the week, give it the year. On the without, but I'm with them. The kings in the top of towers and me. It's Ragnarok.
Ascending into the depths of my mind. Ideas raise like electrical winds. So wire connecting the earth's core is the fear within me. Get out of the revolution about it, especially shaking the dots of the cadence of but you didn't even in the beat. It's all pop at the rest of the sounds of the dissonance. Furry bone turning common sense upside down. Woo!
Ignite the engine, cold smoke rising, broken trembles and doom come like a wolf's eye. Thin red piles of midnight great iron plus striking sparks of cracked asphalt. His breath is winter, shadow of prophecies of east, destined to swallow the sun. Sirens choke, streetlights flicker, and every alley feels like the edge of the world. I move through the borough with my pulse on fire. Knowing one wrong step puts me between his jaws. This city's heartbeat stirs when it growls. Ragnarok isn't coming someday. It's walking these streets tonight. He slips between skyscrapers like a living eclipse. A silhouette too massive to belong to this world. Cars freeze when they're shuddering, the Hudson ripples as if the ocean itself fears him. No mistakes spins when you hear his howl. A sound that bends, steal a memory alive. People run, but the wave doesn't chase them. Who's hunting something older, deeper, something written in the bones of the earth. And somehow I feel it calling me too. Maybe fate is in the chain, maybe it's a mouth weight in the club. Every roaming city shaking, and voice pulses barely waking. Skyscrapers tremble under his roar. At the end of days of Brooklyn's all no escape, no place to hide. The wolf descends. the page. Even if I face a gobble rage, I won't bow, I won't retreat. Even giants bleed beneath my feet. He stands beneath the Manhattan Bridge, eyes going like twin eclipses. The city holds its breath, even the trains fall silent underground. Family lifts his head, stiff in the air like he's searching for destiny. Except for a moment, I swear he sees me, not as prey, not as threat, but as someone woven into the same prophecy. A survivor standing in the shadow of the end. Thunder rolls without a storm and the wolf moves again. So deliberate, unstoppable, villain crawling. Every step crack pavement, every breath chills the burrow. I follow at a distance, not out of courage, but because something in my blood refuses to run. Maybe I'm meant to witness this, maybe I'm meant to fight it. Maybe the gods left the city long ago and now it's our time to step. And we're roaming city, trembling and White's heartbeat keeps descending. Skies collapse beneath this, tries a wolf that ends the world outside. No escape, no place to hide. The beast inside will save a life. Brooklyn breathes like it's afraid. Footprints left for legends fade. Every shadow holds a knife, but I keep walking toward the fight. Even if the wall must break, I'll stand my ground for what's at stake. Ragnarok may claim the sky, but not before I testify.
Yeah. Dawn breaks over Manhattan like a divine fracture. Light spilling across the skyline in runic patterns. The city wakes not as a metropolis, but it's something ancient reborn. Steel beams glow with golden veins. Bridges hung with the pulse of forgotten realms. The Hudson reflects not the sky, but the shimmering aura of a world becoming myth. New York is no longer just New York. It's shifting, breathing, reshaping itself into a new Asgard. The Empire State Builder stretches higher. Ground twisting in to inspire of celestial fire. The Central Park becomes a living forest. Trees whispering in no north. Roots glowing like pictures, hills up spring. Subway tunnels rumble with more than train. Echoes of ancient beasts, the footsteps of warriors long dead.
Every street corner feels like a threshold between the mortal and the divine, and I stand in the middle of it, watching my city ascend.
New Asgard rising, skyline burning, and wise fade forever turning. Streets transformed with mythic light. Gods return to claim the night, but I stand firm, I won't obey. This city soul won't fade away. Family walks beside me, his massive form casting shadows that stretch across boroughs. But the city doesn't fear him anymore. It recognizes him as if the transformation awakened memories buried deep in concrete and steel. He howls in the sound, resonates through skyscrapers like a call to arms for the forgotten. The gods wanted to reclaim this world, but NY refuses to kneel. It evolves instead.
Brave and circlable, but they no longer belong to holding alone. They perch on fire escape.
Watching the city with new allegiance, lightning dances across rooftops, forming bridges of pure energy between towers now shaped like divan halls. The old world and the new world merge in a single heartbeat, a hybrid realm forged by rebellion.
Times Square becomes a cosmic crossroads, screens flickering with visions of past and future. Valkyries descending streets of silver light, not to conquer, but to witness the birth of a new realm. They hover above the prows, their wings reflecting neon and starlight. Hey, their eyes filled with awe, even they can't fear. This city is no longer a battleground.
It's a throne. Blue Asgard rising, skyline shifting, and white spirit ever lifting. Gods return, but find instead a city grounded mortal bread. I stand firm, I won't obey. This realm is ours, come what may.
The Statue of Liberty glows with verdict fire. Her torch burning like the flame almost behind the crown. Grace shifts into a helmet, ancient queen. Her gaze fierce enough to challenge the heaven. Brooklyn Bridge becomes a rainbow arc of fractured beat, first rebuilt by mortal hands. Every bird takes on a divine form.
Queens becomes a warrior's district. Walks the land of myths and legends. Manhattan, the new throne of Ram. In the center of it all, I feel power stirring in my blood. Not godhood, but something forged from defiance and destiny. When not just my shoulder, as if acknowledging the shift. We are no longer rebels, we are founders, builders of around the gods. Never imagined a war where mortals and myths stand equal.
somewhat away. Night falls, but the darkness closes. Here divine embrace and wide breeze. Take a new born round, alive with magic, memory and rebellion. The gods may return, but they'll find the city transformed, the city that chose its own destiny. And there's more than I stand within real. This new Asgard will never bow, not to God, not to fate, not to anyone.
The night settles over New Asgard and white. A city glowing with runes and neon fire. Skyscrapers hum their living temples, and the air tastes of prophecy and steel.
I walk through the treasure streets, fan a shadow beside mountain. I'm with one of the end worlds. Now my alley in the realm reborn. Or something inside me shifts. Supposed to strong to be human. This
Not too ancient to be mortal,
the city changed.
and now it's changing me.
Stars are tremor in my bones, a vibration like distant thunder. My heartbeat sings with the rhythm of the moon. Run the pulse of the zills, echo ringing Manhattan.
My vision sharpens, colors spinning in a mythic hues. I see the threads of fate, like faint golden wires stretching across the skyline. I reach out and they move, not away from me, but because of me. The gods once wrote my story, now the ink is in my head. Asgard rising, mortal breaking, in white temples in the making. Blood ignites with ancient flame, yet I remain myself by name.
No throne, no chains, no fate above. I choose my power, not their love.
In the watches with burning eyes, not with fear, but with recognition. He senses the shift, the way the events around me, the way the rules on the building flicker.
When I breathe, he growls softly, but sound like approval. The wolf of the virus guys acknowledges me as something new. Not bright, not ally, but equal. Lightning crawls across my skin, not from the sky, but from within. My blood remembers something older than my name, older than the city, older than the gods who tried to rule it. Lighting up straight to spark the night. Now wide awake, I am not becoming a god, I am becoming the answer to everything the gods be.
The ground trembles as Odin's raven circle. Their cries sharp, bite the alarm, they sense it too. The breath of a power not forged in Asgard.
But a rebellion and choice in the refusal to kneel. My shadow stretches long across the street, shifting, twisting, taking on shapes I don't yet understand. I clench my fist and the air cracks like shattered glass. The city responds to me from the sand.
Asgard rising, fate rewriting, and wise post forever fighting.
Skies ignite with shifting light, but I stand firm, I claim my right.
The destiny carved by God's above. I forge my path with fire and love.
I feel strength of my limbs, not bound, not gifted but earned. Every battle, every scar, every choice that defy the heavens becomes fuel for this awakening. I am human enough to feel fear, God enough to overcome it. And bridge between mortal weapon, force from defiance, from earth stuff goes to end for the first time. I feel a power intertwined, both Emporia, myth and mortal, rib, bound and incarnate.
The city moves greater as if celebrating the birth of something new. Words spiral across the pavement, forming puddles beneath my feet. I step forward and the symbols and I are burning me. Burning me, a mantle not of royalty, but a responsibility. Who Asgard doesn't need a king, it needs a protector, a guardian force for both worlds, and the old has chosen Asgard rising, power waking, in wise future in the making. Storms obey my steady breath. I walk the line between like a torn scripture light pouring down in jagged spears of golden edge. Crowd freeze, mid-stride traffic halts as if time itself forgot to breathe from the rooftops of figure cloaked in storm light. One night burning like a dying star, the other hidden beneath centuries of war. Odin, oh Father, the God who carved the world with his will now stands on Fifth Avenue as if it were his throne room.
The air bends around him, every neon sign flickering like it's bowing in fear. Even the wind seems to near.
He surveys the city with a gaze that weighs souls, measuring worth, judging fate, searching for the wolf and the human who dared defy him. His spear Gungar hums with ancient hunger, weapon that never misses, a promise of death wrapped in runes. Pedestrians collapse to their knees, not from worship, but from the crushing gravity of his presence. This isn't a god visiting Earth, this is a god reclaiming it. Odin descending, skyline shaking, and wise heartbeat nearly breaking. Storms obey his whispered call, the city bows, the heavens fall. But I stand firm, I won't retreat. Even gods can't breathe beneath my feet. He walks through Times Square, screens glitching into runic warnings. Every billboard becomes a omen, every shadow a battlefield waiting to ignite. He speaks a single word and the clouds twist into ravens. Thousands of black wings blotting out the sun, Hugin and moon encircled above. Their cries echoing like war drums. Odin raises his spear and the city feels smaller like a child caught in the gaze of a furious father. But I don't bow, not now, not after everything the gods try to swift from me. Thirds is beside me, a mountain of fur and prophecy. His growl shaking the pavement. Odin's and arrows, recognition, betrayal, fury, double the chain and the human he underestimated. Now stand united against him. Say all father meets the anti-god Alliance. Odin's voice cracks the air like thunder. Child of chaos, child of man, you destined against the heaven. But I feel no fear, only the fire of rebellion rising in my chest. Ember snarls and the ground splits beneath his claws. The city becomes a stage for the oldest war, reborn age still in neon. Odin lips gun red, lightning spirals down the sky. Scrapers turning glass into molten rain. This is known as, this is war. Odin besetting, skyline burning, and wise fate already turning. Storms obey him, whisper call, the city dials, the heaven fall. But I stand firm, I won't retreat, I won't retreat. Even gods can't bleed beneath my sea. He charges, a storm wrapped in flesh, a universe of rage behind one eye. Then lunges and the clash shakes the burrows like an earthquake. I rush forward to blink, drawn heart blazing, immortal, striking at the divine. Odin blocks, but sunrise flickers across his face. I am not the pawn he expected, I am the fawn in his prophecy. I am the Odin he vowed to break. The battle skills across rooftops, goose up, blaze over bridges, storm with late night. Raven side, wolves roar, in the city he comes a gift reborn. Odin fights like a god, but we fight like us with nothing left to lose in the terror mice. And when the storm finally breaks, Odin's hands wounded, blood like molten gold dripping onto the street. He stared at me, not with hatred, but with something called a respect. Fear, recognition, the Alpha retreats into the sky. Vowing this war is far no more for him. I breathe again, but the air still trembles with prophecy. And I stand defended, ready for the next god who dares descend.
The sky over New West Yard and wire cracks open, lightning spiraling like a divine blade. Thunder rolls through the skyscraper, shaking glass, steel and the bones of the city. I feel it before I see it. A pressure in the air, storm gathering around a single point. Then he descends. Thor, the god of thunder, the hammer bearer, the storm walker. His arrival turns night into a battlefield of light. He lands on the Brooklyn Bridge, thunder dragon sparks across the cables. The entire structure groans under his weight as if even steel feels him. His eyes lock on the mind, not with hatred but with judgment. You carry power not meant for mortals. He says, voice booming like a collapsing star. But power without obedience is chaos. I don't bow, I don't flinch, I let the half-god fire rise in my veins. Thunder falling, power rising, and why calling gods colliding. Half-god heartbeat, lightning roar,
inside me, a mountain of firm and prophecy. Don't trip patterns on Mjolnir. He remembers the wolf, remembers the prophecy, remembers the end he fears. If this fight isn't wolf versus God, it's me. A half-god forged, not by bloodline, but by rebellion, by choice, by the refusal to know. Lightning lashes the sky, got my body absorbs a shock. Half-god blood, turning electricity to strength. I feel the storm inside me answering heat. Not resisting, not submitting, matching Thor's eyebrow lift. The first crack in his certainty, he expected a mortar. He found a rival. He charges a coming of thunder and fury. Endless means with enough force to split worlds in half. I dodge the world flowing around me. Half got reflexes, bending high like core metal. His hammer slides into the breeze, shattering concrete. Sending chapters to these, with a holly through the smoke. He's blowing with mythic fire and strike his chest. A stagger, a god staggering from a mortal's blow. Thunder falling, tower rising in white caught in God's colliding. Half-god heartbeat, lightning roar. I won't kneel to you. Thor stones obey your ancient name. But I ignite my own flame. He wipes blood from his lip, rolling. Divine Gaius, you dare strike a god, I damn exist. The city glow behind me, unique lights pulsing with my heartbeat. You act a stand with me, memory brows and the sky tremble. Four lips, Mjolnir again, but this time I don't dodge, I catch the lightning. Barehanded and crush it, the shot with tears across the river, but I said I moved those eyes wide, not with anger, but with recognition. You are no longer mortal, he says you walk between worlds. I step forward, I've got by a burning fire. I walk my own path. Not as gold, not the gold. Thunder's fading, power burning, and wise testing, slowly turning. Cliff rising, evermore. I stand equal, not a soul. Small split battle, gods above. Though life fights with those I love, for yours, Fiona. No, I'm quiet, it ain't down, and not defeated, but accepting, resecting. He nods, one suggestion, older than kingdoms, then God, this realm world. So the sides will come again. He ascends in a pillar of lightning, leaving a bridge crack the sky, scar and my destiny. Blazing, I stand a fairy, got fire in my veins, waiting for the next storm. That dash descend on you, Asgard.
New Asgard, dim white trembles under obliterate sky. Runes spiraling across skyscrapers like living veins. Fenrir stands beside me and Titan, the prophecy of wolf more to end the world.
But tonight, something deeper calls to both of us. Up older than fate, older than the gods who chained him, older than the world tree itself.
My half got blood burned, his ancient power roars, and the boundary between us begins to dissolve. The wind stops, the city holds its breath, and lowers his massive echo, the natural flick around, burst and fire. I feel his heartbeat, not through sound, but through the ground, through the air, through the mythic pulse of New Asgard. Our shadows merge first, twisting into a single shape.
Did our spirits follow?
Not domination,
Not possession.
a pact of union.
Not fusion, but chrome rebellion.
Two souls merging, power waking, and wise foundations violently shaking. Wolf and warrior, flame and night, together we become the fight. No god above can break our form, we are the fade inside the storm. Light erupts from my chest, darkness erupt from his, and the two collide in a spiral of cosmic fire.
My don't stress.
With divine strength, my senses sharp, break the predatory clarity. I feel claws in my fingers, thunder in my breath, prophecy in my pulse. Penryn's rage becomes my armor, my will becomes his leash.
We are no longer two beings, we are a single myth reborn.
I see through his
The gods
eyes
defeated him, the chains that scarred
the
him.
destiny they forced upon
And
him.
he sees through mine.
He sees through mine, the rebellion, the defiance, a refusal to kneel. Our spirits lock and the fusion completes.
Wild tears through the sky.
But it's not his.
It's I.
Rise to hide the titan of flame, and human will of form towering over the city. It's shaped by my consciousness. My voice echoes like thunder, his growl like the cracking of worlds.
Lightning coils around our limbs, runes burn across our skin, and the air bends under our presence. The God looked down from the heavens and finally understand fear.
Two souls merging, fate rewriting, in wise rage on form, we are the storm, beyond the storm. Odin's waving sleep.
They bite for slickers.
Even the sky recoils from our roar.
We run across rooftops with impossible speed. Each step cracking concrete, each breath shaking the burrows.
I feel the hunger of the wolf, but I got it.
He feels the heart of a human.
But he strengthens it.
Together we are balanced.
Chaos and purpose, patient clarity, myth and mortal. We move on to the Empire State Building. Confused from traveling above the city.
The wind bouncing down
Got the clouds bubbling, river bends.
outrage on quad heaven. And the sky splits open with silver fire and not destruction.
Declaration,
A message to where they caught watching. New Asgard has a new target.
a new monster.
A new legend.
Two souls merging.
Destiny burning. Endless future wildly turning. Wolves and warrior bound by choice. We are the most united voice.
No throne, no chains, no fear above.
We rise as one in wrath and love.
When the fusion settles,
We stand on the tower's edge. Still one being, still one heartbeat.
not a god,
Not a beast.
something beyond hope. A mid-forge from rebellion, a carnivore from defiance.
As long as this city breathes, as long as the gods threaded and rooted, I remain human. The God need to reveal as Lord and why. A legend the heavens will never forget.